Welcome into the stream. Welcome to the Verdin Verdict. I'm your host, Jacob Verda. We're bringing you sports talk on the go here today. We got a couple of storylines to talk to you about. First things first, LSU has a plethora of award watch lists to keep tabs on all season. We'll kind of tell you about those players, those awards. Then, practice highlights are back. I know we did them during the spring. A lot of y'all probably been wondering, where the hell did they win? Guess what? We're back. We got 8 practice highlight videos coming for you. I'm going to tell you all the dates so you can mark it down on your calendar. Maybe even hit subscribe and turn the notifications on so you don't miss it. Plus, we're going to talk a little Kaleb Jackson again. I know, there's always a Kaleb Jackson talk, but this one just got a little more crazy. Lastly, we're going to continue breaking down LSU's schedule. I'm going to skip the Nichols game. We broke down USC last Monday. I feel like Nichols will be a walk in the park. Sorry, guys. And then we'll move on to South Carolina. I'm going to break that one down for you. Also, we got some college football interviews. We had 2 LSU players come in, run a little CFB with us. We got our regular interviews. We got our CFB interviews. We're cooking them up. They're on the way. Probably today and tomorrow. I'm going to give you a little preview of those at the end of the stream. But first thing is first, the award watch list. Harold Perkins is on the Nagarski Trophy watch list, which is given annually to the nation's top defender. So shout out Perk. I feel like he has a pretty good shot being in this award finalist when it's all said and done. Nation's top defender goes synonymous with Harold Perkins Jr. I mean, he's been the talk of college football for so long. Now you get to see him in a scheme where he could potentially be more comfortable. And I know that's confusing a lot of people. Well, he's inside the box. How is he more comfortable? Shouldn't he be outside? Shouldn't he be hitting a quarterback? Shouldn't he be this, that? I think that they're going to iron some things out. I think Blake Baker has he's not only switching Harold Perkins' position, by the way. He's not only moving people like that. There's a couple other people on this defense. I'll keep this one close to the vest for a little bit. I don't got to give all the information away, but there are going to be some movements. There are going to be some smart, calculated decisions, and I trust Blake Baker. In Blake Baker, we trust, baby. Let's move on. Outland Trophy. That goes to the best interior lineman. It don't matter if you're on the offensive side of the ball or on the defensive side of the ball. You just got to be in the trenches getting ugly, downright aggressive. And these two guys, Will Campbell and Emory Jones, I'm going to expect that from them all season long. They're going to be your first-round draft picks. They're going to headline our draft class. They're going to make someone's offensive line that much better when it comes to Sunday football. But they're going to be on the Outland Trophy watch list probably all season. And let's really break down what it means to have both of your tackles on this watch list. If it's offense and defense, and you've got 40% of your offensive line on this watch list preseason, get ready, because it's going to be a long season for you defenders. Slade Roy, he's making an appearance. Shout out Big Slade, Long Snapper Award watch list for the top football long snapper. I got to give my guy some credit, man. There ain't no long snapper like my boy Slade. So let's get him some hardware. Let's get him something to take home, man. Last but not least, the Maxwell Award. This goes to the outstanding player in college football. I know a lot of people are like, well, I thought that was the Heisman. We got a bunch of damn near MVP awards in college football. Maxwell Award's going to join that list. You got 2 LSU players on the preseason watch list. First things first, you got Garrett Nussmeier, Mr. Pigskin Slinger himself. Then you got Kyron Lacey. And wide receiver 1 jumping into this role. A lot of people wondering how he's going to be able to perform. Guess what? Maxwell Award thinks he might be able to take home some hardware as well. Maybe, get the revenge for his brother Malik Neighbors. Maybe go get a Biletnikoff as well. Let's set the record straight here in Baton Rouge. Those are your LSU award watch list. I know you might have seen them on social media, but I had to give them their flowers, so to speak, at the beginning of the stream. Let's move into what you're probably waiting on after the intro. You're probably like, oh, LSU's practicing again. We're getting practice highlights. We'll continue to do what we did during the spring. I'm going to give you about a 10-minute look into everything, DB, everything running back, everything wide receiver, this, that, the third. We're going to do some commentary over it. But the dates that you should expect that, Thursday, August 1st, that's right, tomorrow, we're going to have our first LSU practice highlight video for the fall practice. Then you're going to see it again on Friday. On Monday, you're going to get one. On Tuesday, the 6th. On Wednesday. Then you got it on Saturday the 10th, Monday the 12th, Tuesday the 13th, Wednesday the 14th, Saturday the 17th, Wednesday the 21st, and Saturday the 24th. We're back in full swing. It's college football all over again. The season never stopped. It never stopped if you asked us. But we're back into the swing of things. The players are reporting today. They're not going to start practicing until tomorrow, but we'll have all the coverage for you as well. We already kind of told you our watch list, our wish list, if you will, for preseason camp, what we want to see. And, it's going to be headlined by that defense, specifically the DBs. We want to see some action, some live play, some real deal steppers on the field, if you will. That's what we want to see. But once again, I'll give you those dates one more time. Write them down. Hit the subscribe button. You're getting LSU football practice content from us right after practice on the 1st, the 2nd, the 5th, the 6th, the 7th, the 10th, the 12th, 13th, 14th, 17th, 21st, 24th. That's a mouthful, but I had to get it out there for you. Now let's move into this. A lot of people saw this break yesterday. It doesn't surprise me. I'm expecting some stuff like this, especially with Kaleb Jackson. I think he's a generational talent. I don't know how many times I have to say it or how many times I have to warn people, but this one right here, this addition of another 30 pounds on that frame, that's going to scare a hell of a lot of people. His build is 6 foot, 230 pounds, according to LSU Football. And a lot of people are thinking 230 pounds, pretty big. Leonard Fournette is only 228 pounds. Derrick Henry is 247 pounds. Marshawn Lynch is 215 pounds. He's entering unprecedented waters. He's in a situation where he's going to be one of the biggest running backs we've ever seen. Not to mention biggest. How about fastest? How about toughest? The speed could maybe slow down if you add weight like that, but guess what? I don't think that you're going to be in a situation where he's going to lose what you call an intangible skill. He's running 100-meter dashes in high school, a track star, doing sub-11-second times, which, by the way, is mind-boggling. In 100 meters, you're probably going to see me run a damn thing in 20, 30 seconds. This dude's cutting it to a third at a time, and he's got that frame. Like, if you're the Mississippi State defender from last year and you get your teeth knocked out your mouth because he runs right through you, I wouldn't really be excited about lining up against Mr. Kaleb Jackson again. This really makes me wonder. He's got to see the field. If he's working like this, if he's putting in the weight like this, he's got to see the field. Sure, he saw it last year in bits and pieces and chunks. No, I'm saying he's a mainstay piece of this offense. They bulked him up that big, made him work, made him grind. He lived up to the bill, got the 30 pounds, added on to that big muscular frame, and here he is in a pretty much the prime of his life. I feel like you got to start throwing him out there on the field, and then once he gets out there, if he can perform, if he can turn some heads and keep adding to those moments, good Lord. I think that he's going to be, your next Leonard Fournette, maybe your next number 7. I feel like he could etch his name in the LSU record books. We're looking at something pretty new, pretty interesting. You've had a lot of great running backs. I don't know if you've had a lot of running backs that size, that speed, especially at this point in their career. He's still going to be really, really young, probably going to have him another 2-3 seasons. So shout out Kaleb Jackson, getting in the weight room, doing the dirty things. Hopefully he can go out there and knock some more teeth out. That'd be awesome. Real quick, before we move into the South Carolina breakdown, I want to tell you about our guys at Happy Dad. They're now available in Louisiana. It's been a long summer. It's been a hot summer. You can get some refreshments, though. Best tasting hard seltzers, Happy Dad. They got teas as well, low in sugar, gluten-free, no artificial flavors. You know where to get them. You can go to your Rouse's. You can go to Walmart. You can go to Albertsons. Get it before it's gone. You can even do a DoorDash or Uber Eats order. You want to stay at home? You want to get it delivered to you? Go ahead. Call it up, call the order in. Make sure you have your ID ready, though. 21 plus. We ain't giving it out to just everybody here. Once again, Happy Dad at Walmart, at Rouse's, at Albertsons. Thanks to the team for supporting the boys going through our football season grind coming up. But speaking of football season, speaking of grinding, when SEC play starts for LSU in 2024, it's going to start on the road at 11 a.m. against South Carolina, and a lot of people have marked this a trap game. A lot of people are worrying, is LSU going to live up to the bill? Well, guess what? Let me ease your mind. Let me put those worries to bed, because first things first, LSU is going to beat USC week 1, I believe. I think that could be an interesting game, could be a close game. All in all, LSU's hand will be raised victorious. Week 2, we got the hometown boys. We got Nichols coming in. We got some people from Nichols in the chat, so we're going to keep it friendly. In week 3, we got South Carolina. This is when SEC play starts. This is when it really gets grimy, so to speak. But if you peel back the layers and you look at South Carolina's situation, they got a redshirt freshman quarterback starting. It's not Robbie Ashford. It's Lenora Sellers. There's no more Spencer Rattler, so you're entering the Beamer era of figuring it out and how the recruiting layout, how the transfer portal layout. Now you've actually got to build the pieces. You inherit this scheme, you inherit this team, and now you've kind of got to make it your own. So it's going to be a little interesting to see how Coach Beamer handles it. If you look at their recent records, in 21 when he enters South Carolina, they go 7-6. 2022, they go 8-5. They do beat Tennessee, and they do beat Clemson. Big credits to Spencer Rattler, I will say. And then last year, you see them go 5-7. 5-7, and we're worrying about a trap game. 5-7, and we're worrying that an 11 a.m. road kickoff is gonna, create some controversy. Let's compare it to last year when LSU played in Miss State at 11 a.m. on the road, SEC game. It's probably still week 3, if I remember correctly. You got ringing the piss out the cowbells. I feel like this situation can only get easier. LSU's kind of been primed into this spot. I mean, they're going to start the year off in the damn neutral site. They're only going to play home once through the first 3 games. They're going to have to get used to it. They're going to have to get used to it, I think. And I feel like this team is really going to be one of your easier spots in the beginning of the year. South Carolina is projected to finish 13th in the SEC. The ESPN Football Power Index has them at 6-6. I mean, their defense isn't horrible. Their offense is going to be a little more confusing. It's just that's kind of what you would want to hear. If you had a matchup for LSU, you'd rather it be more defensive focused than offense because you don't want your defense tested this early, this quick. I think the first biggest real test that you're going to see, yeah, sure, USC might score 20 to 30 points if things go haywire. But your biggest test that you're going to see doesn't come until that week 6 spot when Ole Miss comes into Tiger Stadium for the 100th year. Tiger Stadium, by the way, happy birthday, Death Valley. But like I said, South Carolina's defense not horrible. Debo Williams and Alex Huntley lead the way. You got Debo as your linebacker, Alex as your big defensive frontman, and their defensive front's not bad. They'll be able to put some pressure, but it's like, look at the line, look at the guys we got, look at the situation that we're in. I feel like the defensive pressure could get eaten up. For breakfast, it's 11 a.m. Put some damn pancakes on the table. I think Emory Jones and Will Campbell are going to get this one, handled pretty easily. Only issue, I guess, is just that, it'll be early. I feel like that's what scares a lot of people. But, hey, everybody's got to wake up at the same damn time. Everybody's got to hit the field at the same time. South Carolina's still getting up at the same exact time. Yeah, they're at home. They might be comfortable, whatever the hell you want to say. 11 a.m. is not going to scare anybody. LSU, by the way, we want to talk about them, getting beefed up, getting stronger. LSU's favored in the only 3 games you could bet on a sports book right now is against USC, against Ole Miss, and against Bama. And LSU's favored against every single one of those schools. LSU's the favorite against USC by about 6 points, favored against Ole Miss by about, 3 points. And then I think Alabama's relatively the same to the Ole Miss spread. Either way, your money line favorites are the Tigers through those 3 games. So that's a little bit of a respect from the sports book. Now, the sports books aren't always right. Most of the time, they try to throw a little confusion out there. They try to throw a little trap. They try to sprinkle some things down to get people greedy. I think that this LSU situation, though, it's going to be. It just goes to show that this is the point we're at now. Preseason, we can expect this, and this from Brian Kelly and the squad. And that kind of gets me a little more comfortable. That's why I think that they start 5-0. That's why I think that the South Carolina game is going to be a little bit of a breeze. You got some people that might disagree, but hey, that's the beauty of sports and opinions and just, the United States and the First Amendment as well. Shout out Coco, right? But let's move into our next segment. We got college football interviews, like we said. I'll give you a little preview. We sat down, we played the game with Princeton Malbrew. I'm going to zip my mouth right here because that one will be interesting, that matchup. Then we had Savion Jones come in. It was really cool to learn from both of these guys just about how the chemistry has been getting built over the offseason, and also about how they've been gelling into their new coaches. A lot of people want to know, how's that defense looking? Who should I look out for? What have y'all been up to? How have y'all been adapting to the coaches? Is everyone bought in? Is the chemistry on the same page? You know what? All those questions will be answered. We've got 2 nice interviews. We're going to post a regular, sit down, 15 to 20 minute, conversations, and then we got about 4 gameplay. Now, one of them is going to be very interesting, and then the other one, I'm going to get a lot of eyebrows. I'm gonna get a lot of people confused on what the hell is going on. But guess what? That's all part of the process. College football 25, it has its moments. If you've played, you understand what I'm saying. But comment if you enjoy the college football 25 content. I'm gonna kind of pick your brain a little bit. Should I put it on a separate page? Should I keep it on this page? As of right now, I'm gonna kind of keep it. I'm gonna keep it on here just to see. I'm gonna test it out, test the waters, dip my toe in it, if you will. But, if you want it on a separate page, if you don't want your feed getting bogged down with video game content, I get it. I'm just a big college football 25 guy myself, so I wanted to throw that one out there. Real quick before we hop out, though, like I said, practice footage is on the way. You're going to get 2 practice highlight videos back-to-back days. You're getting. Appreciate everybody watching. Appreciate all the support. Appreciate the likes. Appreciate the views. Appreciate the subscribers. Thanks for the support. We're going to be, we're going to keep doing this. Keep doing the live streams. Keep doing the content. Keep going forward. Keep improving. Everything's got to be improved, just like this network situation. Everything's a work in progress. But thank y'all for tuning in. We're going to go live again on Friday. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 11 a.m. We're keeping this going. Y'all have a good one.